Hey backpackers, this is Juan from Juan Backpacks, and I'm here today with the first look of a really simple item that you can use to organize your electronics charging gear around your NB 10,000 or your NB 20,000. This piece of gear, this little attachment, is made by a seller on Etsy. His name is Verkstan. It's not in the United States, so it might take you a while to get this product. It took me maybe a couple weeks, but it was well worth the wait. It's basically a small attachment that you could put on your NB 10,000 or your NB 20,000 to organize your adapters for charging different things out off the battery, and the actual cord for the battery too. So you can see it here. Really simple. I'm going to slide it off. Once I do this, I'm going to take you to a different view so I can kind of walk you through what I have here and a little bit more about this item. Let me try to get it closer, and there it is. That's off the battery. You can see how it slid on the battery, and it's got some adapters for different charging situations, and it's so simple and so easy. It was $15, and you can order it in different configurations, so it could be more, it could be less than what I paid for it, depending on what you want. And I'm going to take you closer to this to show you it, and I'll also maybe discuss some of those little configurations you can do too. So let's go ahead and dive into it right now. Okay, backpackers, this is Juan, and I'm going to give you the detail of the electronics organizer by Verkstan on Etsy, and I'll leave a link to his Etsy store in the notes, in the video notes. But I just want to give you a little rundown because this is pretty slick and it's pretty simple. You can see it just slides onto either your NB 10,000 or the NB 20,000. This is specifically for that. He doesn't sell anything that I've seen for any other batteries, but it is pretty slick. It's 3D printed, and you can literally, he's got a few different options that are standard. This option ran me $15, and it actually was a bit of a custom job because of what I've asked for. And so it was, I think, a good price for something that really just kind of organized all my electronic recharging stuff into one little compact piece. So you can see here I can slide it off, but I'm not going to do that. And it fits on here nicely. It just wraps around the battery. You can see that. It's all one piece. It slides on and off. You can see the way that I ordered mine. It's configured with one slot here for a adapter. This adapter, you can see it's pretty tight in there, and it won't come out. The adapter is for my Garmin watch, so I've got an adapter for that. And also down here I've got an adapter that fits both my Garmin InReach for recharging and also my Nitecore headlamp as well for recharging. So I've got that here, and you can see basically with these it's just a little perfectly shaped hole that fits the adapters. These adapters, you have to buy them separately, but he gives you the measurements and so forth. You can see on his website kind of what you need to buy as far as adapters go. And then this is the actual standard Nitcore recharging cable. And so I can put it in here. I keep the Velcro just to keep it kind of tight. I don't think you even need to keep the Velcro once you have this. And again, you've got enough space here. And so when I'm ready to charge, what I do is I'll pull this out and I'll go ahead and throw it into the USB port here, right? And so I've got it in the USB port, and now I can take one of these adapters. Let's say I'm going to charge my Garmin watch. Everything's here compact and ready to go, and I just got a USB-C here. This is again standard came with the Nitcore battery, and I plug in the adapter. Now I can charge my Garmin watch. And so when I'm ready, when I get that watch charged and I want to charge my headlamp and or my Garmin InReach, I go ahead and use the C adapter here. Again, you've got to buy these adapters separately. And then I can charge my Garmin InReach or I can charge my Nitcore headlamp. The only other thing that I would add to this would be actually a short cord, which I'm going to add to this to charge my iPhone. And it'll go from USB-C port right here to my iPhone. That way, I did this on purpose. I could have done I had room for another adapter here. Could have done another little adapter slot for an iPhone adapter. The problem is then I've only got one cord here to charge, right? And I want to be able to charge two items at the same time. So I decided that I'm going to get just a shorter iPhone cord and that has a C side and then the iPhone side, and then that way I can charge my phone and my Garmin at the same time. You know, and probably if I'd thought ahead a little bit more, because this was kind of a custom order that I made with the slots and so forth, I probably should have had him slide these slots up to the top here, right? And which he can do. I saw some other examples on his Etsy store, and probably put in another cord slot, a small cord slot for the iPhone cord. You know, I probably could have maybe a 6-inch iPhone cord or something like that, and put it here to be able to store everything. Now, I wasn't thinking ahead that far when I ordered this because I was so excited about it, and so I didn't do that. But at any rate, probably if I was to do it again, I'd have them, you know, add a custom slot for the iPhone cord too, the same way I have for the recharging cord that came with the Nitecore NB battery. So that's pretty much the system. You can see how slick it is, because at the end of the night I can just pull this right out of my ditty bag, put it in my tent, and just, you know, pull the stuff out and start charging, instead of having to dig for adapters or have a bunch of cords. And that's what I was trying to get away from, just having so many different cords and so forth in my kit. That just became mind-boggling trying to work through all of it and figure it all out. This is so simple and straightforward, and it helped me get organized. So to me, it was worth the $15, and so far so good. I've used it on a couple different trips, and all is well. It's a simple piece of gear that's 3D printed by Verkstan, and I'd highly recommend it if you're into, you know, minimizing your electronics recharging kit and keeping it more organized. It does all those things. So until next time, backpackers, stop watching YouTube videos. Get out there, do some backpacking. Unless they're my videos. Then watch every single one from start to finish, right? Start to finish. Later, folks.